Hello, welcome back everybody for the next day. How many days in a row have you had to look at my ugly mug now, huh? So, we're going to be talking today about the last two of the press conferences that I have anything to mention from what I saw or heard. And this may be the last day of videos for E3. I may possibly do something tomorrow or the day after at the wrap of the show. But, if it depending if there are any more reveals or any new information that I feel like, oh, cool, I really want to comment on that. I don't know how much of value any of this is, but it's something where I like I prefer to have a conversation, but I like talking into the mirror, and I might as well record it and share it with everyone else. Um, so, Sony is where we're going to start. The Last of Us 2. That was the first one I saw that looked amazing to me. Well, should amazing. I love The Last of Us. Very enjoyable. The story was better than the game, but I did enjoy the gameplay elements. Wasn't really my type of zombies because they're not really zombies, more like plant infected, right? For the first one, I did play the DLC fairly recently, and I have to say that I didn't love it as much as I did the original game. I just kind of felt myself going like, ugh, just get through this. And I think it's the gameplay. The story wasn't as interesting either. And so I think with that less interesting story, not bad, but less interesting, then the gameplay just does not cut it for me. So I don't know. Again, it looks entertaining. The combat they showed with Ellie looked good. I guess it would depend on, again, what they're doing with the story. And again, I think that's the problem with Last of Us 2, is that what they've told the story so far isn't doing it for me. I need some greater stakes than, I'm thinking back to all these guys I murdered while I'm dancing and making out with my girlfriend. Not really my thing. I mean, sure, I like to see Ellie murder some guys. She's a badass. But I want that. I need more stakes that are something more that I can relate to. For me personally, hopefully that works for everyone else. I don't begrudge anyone that, but not for me. So Last of Us 2, I am intrigued. Worth commenting on, but Ghost of Tsushima, it's a gorgeous looking game. And the combat looked like it could be something intriguing, but I don't really know much about the system itself. Like, for me, the story did seem compelling, at least a little bit. The Mongols invasion and samurai having to change how the way they fight, and protects. It looks like my understanding is his goal is to protect his countrymen and women, and so he fights with the Ronin that showed up, but I don't know much about the gameplay. Like, it doesn't sound like it's an RPG exactly. I don't know. Is it some sort of Dark Souls? It didn't look like a Dark Souls. Was it that sort of game? Is it freaking Zelda? I need to know more about the gameplay itself, whether I'm going to want to do this or watch a freaking Giant Bomb playthrough or something like that, right? Cutscene video. I don't know, but it is gorgeous. That I get. That'll give it. The first thing that got me really excited was Resident Evil 2 Remake. I didn't know what it was at first, but seeing that game in HD, that put a smile on my face. That was awesome. Resident Evil is a series I've played the first four, and I want to say I played one or two of the other, Operation Ada or whatever the heck it was, and loved them back in their own time. Probably doesn't age as well now, but it looks, and the assumption is that RE2 has been updated to modernize the control somewhat. So with, HD zombies, I'm excited. So Resident Evil 2 is looking good. Death Stranding, the first trailer, I'm going to admit, never really did it for me. I've enjoyed some of the Metal Gear stuff more than others. Quite enjoyed 5. But I'm not as excited. Oh, Kojima's doing something great. I am thrilled. Not really. What are you doing with the game? That's what I want to see, these gameplay trailers and whatever else. I'm kind of curious what's going on, but not that curious. So it doesn't do much for me personally, but I am interested. Neo 2, the trailer looked amazing. It looked like Diablo, right? Gems and coming out of people's heads and being disintegrated. It looked cool, but the first Neo, I don't know, not really. Oh man, I got to go play this. The stuff I saw of it looked okay, but I never played it myself, and I can't imagine that's changing with Neo 2 unless they're significantly changing or implementing new systems on top of what was there originally. Then perhaps I'd be interested. So now we get to Nintendo, which was very disappointing. They didn't talk about much. I wanted to hear about Animal Crossing. I wanted to hear a Mario game, a Zelda game. I wanted to hear more about Metroid. They could have gone any number of ways. Now, that doesn't mean those things won't be coming. I don't think it bodes well for 2018, though. So it sounds like this year, the things we're getting, I'm interested in is Overcooked 2, which, yeah, the first Overcooked was great, but it's not a Nintendo exclusive. And, you know, it's a multiplayer game. That's fine. Nothing wrong with that, as we'll hear about in a minute. Captain Toad, like I said, didn't have the Wii U, so I'm looking forward to doing that. I think that looks cool. I also thought that I mean, it's Carcassonne, right? But I saw the Carcassonne, and I was interested by that. I'm never really big into the game. We'll talk about Smash for just a second. Wow, that was way too much on Smash. I've enjoyed every Smash. I've played every Smash. Well, not the 3DS, but it was a mix of or like a remix of the Wii U, so whatever. And they're great. I don't find myself as enthralled by them as others do, but I really enjoy them for what they are in small doses. And I think Smash Ultimate looks really cool, having all the fighters. It looks like a ton of different stages. There was some stuff that I saw that did really make me smile. Yoshi swallowing Luigi and then pooping him out, for example. That was pretty funny. But yeah, so it looked good. It was just the length of time they spent on it and the realization sinking in that, oh, this is it. They don't have anything else. So the only other thing that I saw, I'm excited for Smash, but not that excited for Smash. So looking forward to it. The Donkey Kong DLC, of course, for Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle. Obviously, that looks good. Don't know if I'll pick it up right away, but it's definitely something I will get around to. And Super Mario Party. Now, that was even better than Resident Evil 2 for me, for putting a smile on my face. Again, with Dynasty Warriors, Mario Party is one of those things that you don't like to admit to people because they're afraid they're going to have you committed. But it's a ton of fun to play with friends, and I think that's really where it is. That's why I thought Giant Bomb's Mario Party parties were so great, because just the interactions amongst each other. A lot of the mini games aren't that great. The core concept is cool, but I think there's something to that skin, right? That Mario, that theme, that just it's joyous. It's fun to immerse yourself in that world, and I think there's really something to that takes something otherwise boring. You take this really cute world that you love, that you have nostalgia for, and then you throw in a way to screw the shit out of the people you're playing with and make them hate you. And that's fantastic. And they need more of that, which is what they originally had in the series, and part of why I feel the series has tapered off for me personally. But I don't have anything else I need to share. I saw a couple things like, they're doing an HD remake, or I think remake or remaster, but of Spyro. I never played Spyro, but that looks cool. Wife's a huge fan. Let's go Pokemon. Pokemon isn't my thing. My wife's excited by it. I'll probably play with her. I know there is some multiplayer element to it. So we're going to call that for now. And we'll see what I hear about, what's announced. Obviously, I'm not on a show floor to see anything myself. So if I hear a bunch of information worth talking about or that really gets me excited, I'll make a video for that for you. And if not, then what you'll probably do is I'll probably give E3 wrap-up thoughts probably for next week's video. But if there's a few things that pile up, perhaps another special edition this week. Otherwise, I will see you in about a week. And now I'm turning this on.